What's up, everybody? This is Joe Patrick from Dirty South Soccer, and wanted to do a little video for you to introduce you to this football manager career slash we call them save in the business that we've been doing with Atlanta United. And if you haven't heard about this yet, what we've done is we've placed Atlanta United in the championship in England, and our goal is to just win the Champions League, win everything. We want to, work our way up, get promoted to the Premier League, and see how well we can do. So just wanted to kind of catch you guys up on the save. If you haven't seen any of it so far, we've just been doing it on Twitch, and we'll continue to do it, obviously, of course, after this video. And I'll hopefully give you guys some more landmark updates as we go along here, because I know not all of you, get on Twitch regularly, so we can put some stuff up here on YouTube as well. But let's just catch up on what's been going on. So I was a bit naive coming into this, I'll be perfectly honest. Experienced football manager player, but was not experienced in doing anything like this before, and wanted to come into the save and try to play with as much of the squad, the Atlanta United squad and team members that we are all accustomed to. I wanted to play with them for as long as I could, so did not really make any transfers in the first transfer window of the game to try to strengthen the team. That was a mistake because we really struggled. We have a starting 11 that can compete, but we have really no one on the bench. It has really been an eye opener as to to see how thinly MLS squads are constructed based on especially the disparity of the starting 11 to the drop off when it comes to the bench, and how that kind of compares to the teams that we're up against here in the championship. So if you look over here on the table, you can see on the left side, we're about right mid-table. It was worse than that. We were down to, I think we were probably as low as in the 20s at some point this season. If we go to the schedule, we can kind of get a flow of how the season has gone. The opening month was fine. That's pretty good. You're winning every 3 games here. Not terrible, but you can see here things really got bad mid-fall, and this was when I realized that I had made a mistake and we needed reinforcements desperately. I mean, if you look at these 4 results right here in October, no goals scored by us in any of those 4 fixtures. Really poor. Fortunately, we kind of stumbled across something. We made some tactical tweaks here. And we also implemented Taco Tuesday amongst the team. Everybody goes out. We on the training schedule, we added a little team bonding every Tuesday. Okay, we didn't do it this week, so we'll probably lose. But yeah, we've been doing some team bonding, and hopefully that gets our cohesion up a little bit more amongst the team. And so let's take a look at the squad, and I want to go through especially just some of the reinforcements that have been brought in during this transfer window, because as you can see, the date is the January 11th. So we've been wheeling and dealing since the transfer window opened January 1st. So if we go in, so the first guy we brought in, first of all, was Anton Walks, old favorite. Everybody loves Anton. We just, we're feeling a bit nostalgic, and we needed a backup right back. So why not bring in our boy Anton? That was fun. You can see here he's not great, but he's not terrible. He's pretty well rounded, and he's played not that much. He's got 10 appearances for us this season. He's been nice when called when needed at right back. Now this is Jonathan Gonzalez. You may recall his name. Just recently, probably about a year ago or so, he chose Mexico over the U.S. as his national team. He's going to come in and play defensive midfielder for us, going to play as a ball-winning midfielder. Remedi's been playing that role so far for us this season. He's been fine, but Jonathan Gonzalez is just a much better player. We can compare him, actually, if we go to... where's Remedi? So you can kind of see Jonathan Gonzalez is the green, Remedi's the blue. So... both are fine, but Gonzalez will just give us a little bit better solidity there in the middle. It also just gives us numbers. We just need depth. We really just need to add bodies. And he's a young kid. He's 20 years old. So looking forward to him. I think we can really develop him and potentially sell him on for a decent profit later on. I think we bought him for £6.5 million here. So a little bit of business there. Of course, we signed Heinemann to his permanent deal as well. Same deal as in real life. He's in on loan. He'll probably be a decent regular for us. He'll play as like a deep lying playmaker in midfield, and it'll be interesting to see how he can develop. Maybe we can get him into the U.S. men's national team on a regular basis. But good to have him in as well. This is a new guy. Former Arsenal product, Vlad Dragomir, real Romanian name. Has 5 caps for the national team, and he's going to again play he's going to kind of rotate in with Heinemann. Pretty natural, deep lying playmaker type. He can also play a little bit more box to box for us, which is good. Not a guy that I'm really anticipating being with us long term, but you never know how these things turn out. He does have quite a bit of potential here. So just again, more bodies in midfield is really what we need. So Dragomir is probably going to slot into our starting 11, to be perfectly honest. He's one of our more talented players. I could definitely see him playing alongside Jonathan Gonzalez there in central midfield. Here's a guy I've never heard of that we signed. We kind of just picked in January. We kind of picked the players that were unhappy at their clubs and tried to get guys on cheap deals. So as you can see, those guys were pretty cheap at 6.5 and 5.5. Medeiros is under £2 million that we just bought him for, and he just went to Nuremberg that year. He only lasted half a season at Nuremberg, only made 6 appearances for them, and he was unhappy when we bought him. So good bit of business there. Another attacking midfielder we can use. As you can see, he's he can play anywhere across the front three. I think he honestly could be pretty good centrally for us. He's got good vision and technical skills, so really excited to see what he can do. I just hope that he doesn't cause too much of a fuss. One of the things that they mentioned when we brought him in was that we're his 8th club, and as you can see, he's moved around a lot, so hopefully this has just been down to performance, and he's not a guy who's going to bicker and complain every time he's not picked for the team. So, but we'll see how that goes. Next, here we go. Tyler Adams, baby. Rob Usry is going to love this one. Got Adams in. He's only in on loan. I would have loved to have bought him permanently, but I think Red Bull wanted like £130 million for him when I made a small offer. So, still very happy. Again, get another body in on loan. He will also give us help at right back if we need it. He would probably be our backup right back, or he might even move into a starting right back role if, I'll talk about that later, but we have some problems in our defense right now here at in the January window that need to get solved. We haven't fixed everything yet before this month is over, but very happy to get Adams in. Has great work rate and teamwork in this game, especially if you want to run a pressing system like we do. These are important attributes for every player, really, but it's always good to have guys in the middle of the park that have those attributes, and he'll help us carry out those tactics. Now, this is a guy, Rafael Leao. We needed a backup striker, and so I was just kind of perusing my the scouting reports that had come in, and this guy I have never heard of, and he looks incredible. Just an absolute physical specimen. I mean, these are world-class physical traits right here, and he's only 20 years old. He came from AC Milan, who had apparently bought him in this game, so this has not happened in real life. I think in real life he would still be playing for Lille here. I've never heard of this guy. Brazilian international. Well, not an international. I don't think he's made a. Yeah, okay, so he's played for the youth team. But very excited about this guy to the point where I'm not sure if I've made a mistake and actually gotten a player in that is quote unquote better than Joseph Martinez. Of course, we're still going to play Joseph because he's been banging in the goals for us this year. But long term, this guy's going to make his case. And honestly, I don't have a lot of experience in this game playing with a 2-striker system. The good news is that these guys would pair very well together because, as you can see in his profile, if we just match them up, where's Joseph? Here he is. Oh, okay. They're they look much more similar than I remembered them being. So never mind. I was going to say Joseph could kind of be the poacher to Rafael Leao's like hold-up man. I think we can still do that. What are their... Yeah, so Leao's got 15 strength. He can definitely hold the ball up a little bit better. I think he's, the balance he's got. But again, man, he's just a physical specimen. So I'm really excited to kind of see what we do with these guys. Regardless, we always needed another striker, even one that could start to give Joseph a rest. So always good. You cannot have enough top quality strikers in this game. And then lastly, we got another very, very highly touted prospect out of Liverpool, Ryan Brewster. He's in on loan. I was kind of, when I was looking at some of these guys to bring him in, I was kind of doing them all simultaneously, and they were all saying yes, which I didn't quite expect. But since he was on loan, we have plenty of money to pay these salaries, so why not? We could always use bodies. We could always use depth. I'm not sure if I think I might play him more as a winger in this game, just because that's where I'm going to need him. Since I have those two strikers that we already talked about, I don't feel like I will need another player in the striker position. But if Joseph Martinez were to get hurt or something were to happen, obviously it's his best position as a striker. So good to have Brewster in. Now let's go to the squad and talk about what's happening in defense. If we go to Leandro Gonzalez-Pirez, we can see up here that he is unhappy. He feels the club is underachieving. He's just been kind of complaining in general. So we have transfer listed him. He did not oppose that. We have not been able to sell him. We've kind of been offering him out for anyone who wants to make us an offer, and nobody's really making us an offer yet. But I think we will probably just get rid of him. He's our best center back, so it's tough to do, and it means that we'll probably need to bring in another center back. But I've already been studying center backs to bring in, so if you've read Football Manager or read Dirty South Soccer, you know I've been looking for his replacement anyway. So have some ideas in mind for a way we can replace him. But one of those ways is to move Franco Escobar potentially in as a central defender instead of as a right fullback. If we look at his radar and his attributes, he's actually very well suited to being a center back in this game. His crossing is not good, his dribbling is not good. He's not like, outside of some of his physical attributes, even his speed is not really kind of what we think of it as Atlanta United fans seeing him play week in, week out. His attributes are definitely more aligned with a center back in this game. If you look at his bravery, his aggression, his concentration is all good. So I think I might be moving him into center back if we can't bring in one in the transfer market. It'll be interesting to see. So anyway, with that in mind, we have a game to play, so we might as well just play it while we're on the recording here. So let's go through. We're playing Barnsley at home, and we can talk about our tactics that we've been using so far this season. Tito Villalba actually has been one of our better players in this game, and I've been playing Pity Martinez as a winger. If we look at his attributes, he's actually rated very pacey in this game, so he's got a lot of speed. He was also rated as very fast in FIFA, I want to say too. I think he has like 88 speed or something in that game. But if you look at his technicals, just amazing for a winger. The dribbling and the crossing are huge. The technique, I mean, he's been really, really good. And I know in real life, obviously it's been touch and go a bit with him at times, but I foresee him being a long-term fixture on our side unless some big team comes in for him. I could definitely see it happen, though. It'll be interesting to see what happens with our squad once we go up to the Premier League. Here's a look at Barco's ratings. His best position is identified as a left winger, cutting in onto his right foot as an inside forward. But I've been playing him more as a number 10 in behind Joseph this year, as you can see in this advanced playmaker role. That's one of the reasons I also play with these wingers on the outside, is to just kind of create as much width as possible in the team and give Barco a lot of room here centrally to operate. So that's kind of the gist of the tactic. The back line's pretty much standard. We're going to play with Gonzalez-Pirez in this game because we don't really... you know what? I could play... we got to put in some of these... So these guys literally just came in, a lot of these guys that I just showed you. So we're going to throw them in. And, I could... I could play Escobar as a central defender and play Tyler Adams. Let's do that. Let's just try it. Oh, by the way, a big name here, Julian Gressel. Not that great in this game. Pretty bad ratings. He's got great crossing, which we know in real life is the case. Also, this like natural fitness and stamina. Has some good mentals, which is good, but just don't know. If you look at his potential ability, he's actually almost maxed out his ability as we see it here. So it's just unfortunate that he looks like he's not going to be with us long term, likely, just because the quality, essentially. Some of these players are going to have to go. He cannot, this Medeiros guy cannot be registered for the match, and I don't know why. I hope is it just that? I just updated my squad registration. Right, okay, let's see. Tyler Adams, what number should we give him? 23. Let's do it. That's an American kind of Michael Jordan-esque number. Dragomir as a central midfielder. I like 26, and Leao, he's a classic number 9. We'll just hand over that team talk to Orlando Trustful. And let's kick off the match. Really need a win here. Came off a loss in the last game in the FA Cup. Got knocked out in our first appearance in that competition to Coventry, so it was not good. Bellows back in the side. We had actually left him out for a bit, and we actually did well while he was out. Florentine Pogba was quite good as a left back. But we want to give Bello as much playing time as we can. Obviously, he's going to be one of the players that I really, really, really want to see do well. He's got a lot of potential in this game, and I think he can do well. Ooh, there's a nice ball over the top to Joseph. Can he score that? Nope. He gets into those positions a lot, though, which is good. Looks like Franco Escobar's already picked up a little knock here. Potential head injury. Eee. Well, if it was too bad of a concussion or as a neck strain, he's fine. All right, like we're building out from the back, which is good. Nagby, there's a shot from Joseph just over the bar. Nagby is an interesting one for us. He's, he's solid. I don't quite agree with the ratings he has in this game. He's very quick in this game, and I think his defensive attributes are underrated. So he's not quite the deep-lying playmaker that I think that we would think of him as, and for that reason, he doesn't quite fit naturally in our tactic. And I just wonder, I think long term, he could be a guy that we might get rid of. We might be able to sell him for some money. And in fact, that's one of the reasons I brought in some of the central midfielders that I did, is because they fit the roles that I want them to play a little bit better than Nagby does. He's just a kind of an odd player in this game. There's Pitti making his trademark run up the left. Oh, Barca. What was that? What was that, buddy? We have been really bad defending set pieces. We have given up a lot of set piece goals. I have not. You can set up tactics for defending and attacking set pieces, and I just have not done that. I don't typically do it when I play Football Manager. Kind of just leave that to whatever the default settings are, whatever the default positionings are for the players on those set pieces. But if it keeps on going like the way it's going, I might have to, I don't know, look up something that works in this game and see if we can implement it. Uh-oh, defense kind of broke down there. That's a goal. Mike Steven. Don't see that kind of double barrel first name too often. Mike Steven. A little bit of a risk in this game, going with changing up the back line, going with Escobar as a center back and Tyler Adams at right back. Might be hurting us. Also, Miles Robinson is not that great in this game. I used the editor to bump up his stats a little bit because it was actually ridiculous how low he was rated, especially physically. Like, he was just, ooh. Tito almost scores. So I actually bumped him up slightly, but still I didn't want it to be so much that it felt like I was cheating or anything, and he's still like not nearly as good as I think he is in real life. But I think he will have a lot of room to grow, so trying to leave Miles in as much as possible. See, I want to bring through as much of the natural Atlanta United talent as we can in this save. But we'll definitely be, cutthroat, because we're trying to win in this save. We're not necessarily just doing experiments to see how Atlanta United players do. Though we might do that later, so stay tuned. Adams, oh, Tito, somehow that, okay. However you get them, we'll take them. Tito with the equalizer. Nice play by him to actually get the ball out to Adams in that run of play. Oh, was it an own goal? No, they did assist. They gave Tito the credit, but it definitely looked like it went off that guy Anderson. Kind of put off the goalkeeper a bit. So if you're not familiar with this game, by the way, it's all basically a simulation. So there's no controlling of the gameplay. I can give them tactical adjustments, but as you can see, it's all been simulating. Yeah, I'll just leave Trustful to make those team talks again and get the second half started. It's fun finally in this game to have some backups that we could put in if we need to try to change this game in a bit, because so far this season we've pretty much just been relying on whoever we've started in the game to pretty much see it all the way through. And it's there's another set piece goal. We're gonna have to fix that as best we can, because this has been poor, very poor all season with this kind of stuff. Yeah, so we haven't really had players on the bench we can bring in to actually make our team better, so we've been kind of stuck with the same 11 playing 90 minutes, or 10 or 11 or 12 guys playing 90 minutes most games, and now it's got a lot of our guys fatigued as well. That's something Joseph has struggled with this season. I've had to rest him a little bit, so it's nice now to have some players we can bring on off the bench. Or Pitti working his way into the box. Oh. That was a bad pass. Look at Pitti just rampaging up the left. Oh, Tito. Tito's he's been one of our best players this season. He's got the perfect attributes for an attacking winger in this game. They're not his attributes aren't great, but the ones that he needs for that position are perfect. Okay. We'll let this highlight play out, and then we'll see. I'm going to make a change here. We've actually played well. We've created more chances overall than Barnsley. We've got the only clear-cut chance of the game and 3 half chances to their 1. Again, we're working it into the box well. Just don't have that final touch. Let's see. Let's bring in Dragomir for Nagby. He is a more natural player in that deep-lying playmaker role. Pitti just misses that free kick. He's nailed a couple of free kicks this season. Here's another set piece. All right, go Tito. Let's see how we can do on this break. I mean, all right, let's get Adams off. I kind of want to throw this Leao guy on. I'm not sure exactly what the best thing to do with him will be. Let's remove Barco. And, yeah, we'll play it like this. Kind of like a 4-2. 4-4-2, 4-2-4, whatever you want to call it. Just pretty much your bog standard English style 4-4-2 here. Dragomir. So many new players on here. I can't even keep track of the names. Tito, just over the heads of those guys. Pitti into Bello. Okay. Bello. Oh, the new boy, Leao. Scores with Bello on the assist. I think that might be Bello's first assist of the season. Excellent. Excellent. Nice ball. Nice job by Pitti to draw in that defender. Nice finish, too. Is there one more in it for us? I'm still... I'll take the draw. I'll take the draw right now. Yep, looks like that's going to be it. This will be the highlight to end the game here. But you know what? Not terrible. Not a terrible result considering gave up 2 poor set-piece goals. So, 2-2 against Barnsley. We're going to tell them it was terrible. Because that's just what you gotta do to light a fire under their asses. But in my heart of hearts, I'm happy with that. Decently happy, considering the circumstances. And hopefully we push on from here with some of these new players. We might bring in 1 or 2 more. I think we're okay, but we might bring in a defender, like we talked about, bringing somebody in for LGP at the back. But again, if you guys are interested in this stuff, you can catch it. We'll tweet out from Dirty South Soccer account whenever we go live. You can go to twitch.tv/Dirty South Soccer and I think follow us or do whatever so that you get the alerts if you're familiar with Twitch whenever we go live. So Rob Usry, our other manager, is also doing a FIFA Twitch save where he's doing something similar, playing with Atlanta United through online seasons or whatever, trying to get to Division 1. So lots of Atlanta United gaming content for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it, and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, where I will be continuing to give you updates on this save. So until then, till the next one, we'll see you guys later.